Just the tips.
All right, everybody, Adam and Mike here, just the tips on location, undisclosed location.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we're in our private headquarters right now on a private island out in the middle of the Pacific.
I wish. It looks more like we're in jail or we're having our Scotty Scheffler mugshot. You put that right here for me?
Yeah.
So, anyway, listen, we got to break it down. We just got back from an unbelievable road trip. And our good friends at Tot Hill Farm hooked us up once again.
Dude, what a day! What a couple days.
Love that place.
Oh,
I
yeah,
absolutely love it so much.
Yeah.
So we put together our summer vacation, which hits several locations on the way down the East Coast to our ultimate destination in Myrtle. But we extended it by a couple of days to make sure we could go to Asheboro, North Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, you're headed down to Myrtle Beach. I mean, why not?
If you're it's on the way. It's in the way.
Yeah, we're swinging by.
We got to stop by and see Ben Sloan
Yeah.
at Tot Hill. So, little interesting. You and the family drove down. I was actually in Chicago for meetings and just flew into Raleigh.
Yeah.
No
yeah,
big deal.
You met us there.
I met us there. By the way, the video you shot was very funny. I mean, I had a long day, flight delays, everything. I come in after an hour Uber ride, all sweaty, and you're there at the door of the hotel. Yep.
Yeah, with the two cards of like pick. Whichever one you pick is what we're doing. And you picked the wrong one.
I always thought those were fake.
Well, it wasn't fake because I showed really what to do, and you
Yep.
picked the wrong one, so I ripped it up and gave you the other one. But basically, it was play 36 holes at Tot Hill Farm tomorrow, or twice.
There you go. So
Play 36 holes 2 days in a row at Tot Hill Farm.
So we were so fortunate and really so lucky. I mean, but we're starting to get this down to a science where we know a day of filming at a golf course, really, first off, should be 2 days, right?
I mean, yeah.
It definitely, right? But really the first thing in the morning, and I don't want to sound pretentious about this, but you hear photographers talk about the golden hour as the first thing in the morning. It's 100% true.
It definitely is, dude. I mean, if you look at some of these beautiful courses like Tot Hill Farm and Tobacco Road, and basically all the Strantz courses, just the way that sun's hitting those greens with like coming through the trees a little bit.
Yeah,
it's perfect. And I mean, I will say this, dude. Neither one of us are photographers or videographers, so every little bit of help helps a lot. But the whole system that we got going now is a little bit better, especially with us in separate carts too.
Yeah, exactly. I know that's your favorite part. Kind of miss riding together. You come riding into Tot Hill Farms, and that's exactly what it is. It's a series of farms, and then you pull up, and all of a sudden there's white split rail fences on both sides of the road. It looks like a horse farm.
So, and we'll dive into this in this podcast of what it used to be.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a perfect name, Tot Hill Farm, and we learned a little bit of history about it.
It looks like wild horses should be running around out there. Yet there's wild golfers, middle-aged men in golf carts whacking around.
So anyway, we show up. We get there bright early.
Love it.
Our buddy Ben Sloan was not there yet. We got there like when the car kids got there.
Yeah, exactly.
And we just told them, we're like, hey, we're gonna film. They're like, what time you guys playing? And we're like, well, whenever Ben lets us
10:30, 11, something like that.
So we were like, hey, let's take a couple of carts. And you guys mind if we take a couple of carts and just zip out there? And they were like, nah, go ahead. So we have at it, dude. It was so much fun, man. I love seeing you get out there, dude. Because like if I'm so we're in separate carts. And we start on like one, and I got the drone. So I stay on the tee box, I'm flying the drone. Adam's just like out there. He's out there driving over to the one side, meeting the mowers. Your boy.
JP, Juan Pablo. So really, shout out to Juan Pablo.
Yeah.
Follow him on Instagram. My man stops the mower, jumps across, and they're mowing number one at top, which is like, it's like mowing a ski slope, right? And he jumps off and he comes over and he goes, and I just got the SLR, and he goes, what magazine are you with? He's a gentleman of a certain age. And I go, Just the Tips. Oh, I'm going to buy that magazine. That's great. He goes, you have pictures? I go, yeah. And he
like or subscribe, or buy the monthly the monthly magazine.
We'll send it to you in the mail, right? You send a little 3x5 card, self-addressed stamped envelope to Pasadena, California.
Or just subscribe on YouTube.
Yeah. But Juan Pablo, like the first person we run into out there, has a deep appreciation for the Mike Strantz course that he mows every day. But he's an excellent photographer and has sent me a host of pictures.
Kind of jealous.
Mostly of him at sunrise.
It's just him going.
He is the king of the selfie on the mower. But I go, that's the kind of thing that we need, right?
Well, yeah, those are the type of people that we want to meet on these trips. Obviously Ben is a great dude. Brad in the pro shop, great guy. We got a bunch of friends and Robbie Wooten and everything like that. But the stories that you don't hear are from the cart kids, the mowers, the superintendents, all of those people that are kind of the guys that are making like the grass side work. Ben and those guys in the shop are making the business side work. They're making like the golf work.
So one of the things, Todd has moved into the upper 50, the top 50 best courses in America. And we were fortunate enough to get out there a couple of years ago when they were really starting to emerge. I think the number one thing you and I both discovered is they're really taking care of the course. They got a big team. They got some serious equipment out there.
So that was kind of the nice thing about being out there. And, more stories about us being out there when the mowers were out there and the head greenkeeper was out there. We're out there while they're mowing, they're blowing, they're fertilizing, they're doing everything. And you'll see in some of the drone shots, we're right there while they're doing it. And a huge team, man, huge team. I don't know if we actually asked.
I did.
Oh, you did? So you know the number.
He's got 12 full-time people working on the course. Just in contrast, our local course, which is a immaculate Robert Trent Jones course, 18 holes on 100 acres. They do it with 3 guys.
Yeah, which is also amazing in itself right there.
Yeah.
But I think what you were getting to was that we were out there a couple of years ago. It had just reopened, and you can see that the work that they did.
Yeah.
But it just takes time for the roots to take and the greens to take and the other stuff to kind of grow in a little bit.
Well, remember too, they went from being dormant,
done,
3 feet of grass in the fairway, to refurbished, new drainage, but they also replaced all the grass on the greens. They went from that bent grass. Strantz thought he could use bent grass that far south, and it didn't really work out. It wasn't humidity tolerant.
Yeah.
So they replaced it with good Bermuda, or actually past. What's that?
I don't think they did pass Palin.
No. I
It was,
don't know. I'm not an ergonomic.
Zoysia.
Zoysia.
It's a Zoysia blend.
Anyway.
So obviously when Strantz was building that course, the geeking out of grass blends wasn't where it is now.
Yeah.
But even still, they're kind of in that area where they still get snow.
Yeah.
But they also have hot summers, so it's a tough grass to.
But long story short is from just 2 years ago, the course is immaculate.
Oh, dude,
it's
work
so
that they've
well
done there.
manicured.
And they really, let's stop beating around the bush. So we met Kurt. He's their head greenskeeper, and then we also met
Superintendent.
Sorry. Head superintendent, or just superintendent.
Yeah.
And then we also met Brock, who's the assistant superintendent.
Well, so long story short is we talked to these guys. We're like, hey, you guys want to come out and play? Blah blah blah.
Well, you initially walked up to him on 5.
Yeah.
Out in the fairway. Kurt's out there driving the sprayer, which is one of these big tank machines that has 2 arms that swing down.
Yep.
And he's just spraying the fairways, and Adam just walks out there.
Drinking it.
And how's that 3rd foot of yours, by the way? And he just kind of is like, hey, you mind if we talk to you a little bit? He's like, yeah, he's like, when I get done with everything, he's like, we'll touch base. So we got his phone number, everything. And I'm flying the drone, and I'm like, all right, it's kind of cool to get a cart on the fairway in the shot, or a mower, one, but they're on every single hole. I'm like, all right, I gotta get ahead of these guys. So I'm flying. Finally I get to 9. I'm like, all right, they're back there. I get to 9. They got a whole nother sprayer team up here. I'm like, dude, these guys are not messing around, man. It was really cool just to see, the work that they're actually putting in there.
So we got these great photos, great videos. Had an excellent morning. We come in. Ben comes rolling in around 10:30, 11 o'clock.
I think it was 1.
No, I'm kidding. But we did get a chance to see our good friend Ben Sloan. And again, if you're looking for a top teaching professional in Asheboro, again, go see Ben. He'll hook you up. They got a great driving range, a great short game facility up there, and the stuff in the pro shop, dude.
Love it, guys. Go into the pro shop there. Best clubhouse ever. I mean, we've been to some of these other places where they're fancy and they got fountains and they got all this and that, dude. Old farmhouse converted into this pro shop.
Yep.
And
you feel like you're walking into,
dude. I want to
show?
have dinner with Strantz in that place.
Oh man,
that's what it feels like.
It feels like that show Yellowstone, right? Where
I never saw it.
No, and not the big mansion in Yellowstone, like the regular people, like country houses, right? Anyway, so the good news was you and I got a chance to go out and play 18, just the two of us.
Yeah.
And got all our filming done and drone shots, extra camera work. How'd you play that first round?
So front 9 wasn't too great. Back 9 we ended up putting it together. I think back 9 was a 41.
I think it was lower than that.
Was it? Oh, Eagled 16.
So
Eagled 16.
No big deal.
No big deal.
So one of the great risk reward holes. I mean, there's a ton of them at Tot.
Every Strantz hole is a risk reward.
But 16 is it's only it's less than 500 yards. The problem is everything they put in between the green and the
every
tee box.
spot where where your ball should be landing is trouble.
Yeah.
Right.
Whether it's a sand trap that has a rock that hangs over it, like the rock from the Lion King.
Yeah,
it's like
out
rock.
over a bunker that you.
So if you get in the bunker, you can't hit out.
You can't go that way. You have to go that way.
A fairway that sets up perfectly for a fade. The only problem is there's also rock wall and fescue. Yeah. Now, if you draw it like me, it
drops off.
It's a swamp. And so, but if you do find terra firma, which again, Strantz is always known for his wide fairways. Yeah. This ain't one of them, right?
No, this is in that landing zone. If you stay short, so that's why this hole is short, right? It's 500 yards. Maybe I think it's like 490.
I don't even think it's that far.
Right. But if you hit 3 wood, then you're fine. Yeah. Right. But now you're not getting home in 2.
No.
Or you got to pipe a drive and hope to either cut it or get past that hill.
And getting past that hill is a giant feat. Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So there's a little bit of fairway, but then there's a creek that runs in front of the green. The green's super narrow from front to back.
It's sideways.
But real wide. But the cool thing is it kind of runs up a hill. Right, and you can get caught up on the hill and some fescue and stuff in the back, but you hit a really good drive. And by the way, you've been playing really good lately, man. I mean, hitting the driver, excellent, and your short game. But we thought you hit it in the schmag.
Yeah, couldn't find it. Was looking for 2 minutes and 59 seconds, and then you found it sitting over by the bunker, which. I was like, oh man, I thought I was further. I must have got it good. I got unstrantzed, whatever the opposite of getting strantzed is.
Yeah.
I don't know. We should come up with something for that.
But you got scouted, his horse.
Yeah.
Yep. Scout took care of
I
the
actually had
scouts.
like 197 to the middle of the green.
And I go up to get my ball because I'm like, he's going to lay up and then try and get up and down for birdie. Next thing I see this ball flying through the sky. I go, what is this guy doing?
I mean, it was sitting up good. I had a good lie that was like a little bit above my feet, which was kind of nice. And I just hit hybrid out of there because I knew you could be a little long. I knew you had to get over everything. And being long is like better than being short there. Yeah. So I just ripped it, man. And then it felt good. I was like, I'm just going to wait and hope he just says good shot. And you didn't say it right away. And I had to come up over the hill. And you were like, dude, great shot. It almost went in.
Yeah, it did. And that was the cool thing was it rolled up the hill and then it came rolling back and it was track and pin for a second and then missed by about a foot to the low side. But it was still a 6-8 footer, you know, and you had to make a good putt. So again, congratulations on the eagle, man. It always fun.
Yeah.
You know? So.
I mean, just the whole course is just like this really cool adventure. There's actually I was actually watching a Strantz interview recently, and he started talking about amusement parks, and he said something about how people want the adventure, right? He's like, when you go to an amusement park or a Ferris wheel, you see the Ferris wheel, right? That's the thing you're excited about. You don't see the line that you have to wait in and things like that. I just kind of found that like very interesting because we've talked about how he's like the Walt Disney of building golf courses.
Well, you think about that too, and to take that a little bit farther, I mean, when we drive down to Myrtle, you go in through Virginia, you go past King's Dominion, and from the highway, you can see some of the rides that come up over the tree line, and you go, holy cow. When you go see Tot, what's the first thing that you see?
Oh, you're seeing rocks, you're seeing the fence, you're seeing...
That rock fence with the crazy skinny green on 17, and the pin that looks like it's in the middle of the road.
And the interview just talks about how, like, that's what people want, man. They want adventure.
Oh.
And he redesigned two courses on the West Coast, Monterey Bay Peninsula and Silver Creek Valley. And they were redesigns, but on Monterey, he actually did a complete overhaul. And he sat down with the members and he asked them what they wanted. And they were like, we want this, we want that. And he was like, all right, you want excitement. You want something that looks difficult because it's like attractive, but it's not really. It just looks that way. And then once you get up there, you hit like, oh, there's a lot of fairway around this corner or whatever like that. So, you know, we talked about that, but even before we've ever even talked about this interview before, we talk about like, there's no reason for him to build a tunnel between 10 and 12. So guys, if you don't know, the 10th green sits up on this hill and it actually drops down off the back and connects to the 12th green. And in between there is a tunnel that you have to drive under, a tunner to drive over to 11. And then you go to 12, and then you hit your approach shot on 12, and you go back through the tunner, and then walk out onto the green. And there's no reason for it, but it's awesome that he did it.
And again, you know, you think like, oh, you know, sometimes, you know, somebody builds a cool cart path or, you know, they have a set of steps
cool
or
bridge
something.
A
bridge or something like that. That's not this. This is a major engineering feat for no reason other than to be cool. And I think that's the best part. So so you and I got a good 18 in, highlighted by your eagle. I think I shot 78. I played pretty good that first day. But then we're like,
I think I shot 81.
81?
Yeah.
And I go, you know, we still got the rest of the day. Let's go out and play again.
So you go into the pro shop.
Yeah.
Go get yourself a pulled pork sandwich. Or actually, sorry, Brock. It's called barbecue.
Down south.
Barbecue.
Yep. South of Mason-Dixon, yeah.
Go in there. And the cool thing about their little snack shop is it's self-serve. Everything's already kind of pre-made. They got like a heat drawer. What's that called? Like a warming drawer.
Yeah.
With sandwiches in there. And then they got a hot dog rack rolling the whole time. They got a cooler. Just grab everything yourself, put your stuff on, go into the pro shop, pay for it, grab yourself a head cover and a hat and a towel and a flag and a shirt and a candle and a ball marker and a divot tool.
Yep.
And then go out and we played another night.
What was cool about that though is we know we had most of our work done. We knew we had another full day at Tot. And you and I just went out and kind of smacked it around.
Dude.
And there was it rained for a little bit and kind of chased everybody away. Yeah. So we had the course to ourselves.
I will say this. Caledonia is your spirit course.
Yeah.
Do you still feel that way?
I do. I have a deep connection to that
I feel
course.
like you had a little bit of a little less just because we've played the other 6 Strantz courses and you're kind of trying to spread that love out a little bit.
No, for real. And again, I've played Caledonia so many times. It's like a first love. It's like you just remember it more fondly. You know, that first time. You see that first love and she's 32 years old now with a couple of kids and you're like, hey, nice
yeah, but that's not Caledonia. No. Caledonia stays 23
forever.
She's so hot.
She's so hot.
But I would say Tot Hill Farm's that way for me.
So,
right?
and again, I can appreciate that. I appreciate all the courses. I think what Caledonia gets for me is it's the first time I ever saw a course like that. Like it hits so hard that it'll be one of those things. Even if I see another course that's similar that is supposedly better, I'll
just
tell you now.
compare it to kind of that's kind of like that. Yeah.
So
I'm that way with Tot Hill.
Right?
But Tot to me is just something that's totally just. I don't want to say outrageous because I don't want it to sound like
it's not.
It's just unique and adventurous.
And the thing is, it's super bold. And I think what's exciting is you're just going to see things out there where you get to the next hole and you're like, wow, look at this. Like when you get like just the first 6 opening holes. Number 1, you stare down this pipe, you go, wow.
Yeah.
Number 2, you get on there, you go.
Actually, hang on.
Yeah.
Number 1, you look down the pipe, you're like, wow. You walk off that green, you look back and you go, wow. Then you turn to 2 and you go, wow.
Exactly. And then you get off of the second green and you go to 3 and you're like, come on.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me right now? This is incredible.
So then you walk off 3 green and you look back at 3T and you're like, wow. But then you realize you have to go backwards to hit off a 4 because it goes over
3 green.
You're like, yeah. Dude.
And then you climb up the hill, you come down number 5, you get the 6. I think 6 is
the 5 green complex and 6 tee box is just, dude, it's insane. Now, I will say, 7 gives you a little bit of a breather. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's easy. That green setup is the typical Strantz with this creek running across.
It's the first time where you stand on the tee box and you go, okay, it looks like a regular golf.
You get a breather. You get a
like
little
an emotional breather.
Yeah, an emotional breather. Yeah, like there is not like crazy rocks or anything like that, but it's still not.
Yeah.
Still, I mean, it's not like an easy hole, and it's not like
no. But then when you're on 7 green and 8 tee, the fairways merge together for no reason. It's so cool.
Crazy. Yeah, and then 9 again, dude. I mean,
I wish they didn't tell me 9 was so hard. I played it the first couple of times and I played it well, and then everybody you talk to is like, "What'd you do on 9?" I'm like, "I don't know, took a par, it didn't get up and down."
What?
Yeah. Then they start explaining why 9's so hard. I think, and then everybody's walking out of there with the
glass shatters and you can never unsee it. Yeah, totally. Yep. But here's the deal: Tot Hill is my spirit course.
Yeah.
I always go there with excitement. I always go there trying to capture as much content as we possibly can. One, for obviously to deliver to our viewers, but also like I want that in the hard drive, dude.
Yeah.
I want that experience. So I never play well there. I never play as well as I want to.
Yeah.
You know, if I can get out of there with like a 77, 78,
it'd be the best.
It would be the best. It would be the best day of my life. So we ended up going play another 9.
Yep. So go ahead.
And we didn't have to film anything.
No.
Now, I'm sure we did.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's probably like closest to the pins and things like
some
that.
Some pictures that we wanted to take and things like that.
I think I shot a 39, dude.
Did you?
I think I shot a 39.
Well, so what was so cool about it? So first off, congratulations. That's a really good shoot.
So I think that was a 39 on the back and a 39 on the second front.
Wow.
So there's that 78.
All right.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. Yeah. Congratulations.
So it felt nice. It felt good. I could finally sleep at night.
I was just about to say, the thing that I liked the most was, when you go to these resort courses or destination courses or these places you get one whack at, and you're like, man, I got to come back. And maybe you're lucky enough to play it a second time. We're out there on number 8 green, which is a giant 2-tier green, for maybe 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Just hitting putts up this hill to the fringe, watching them roll back down.
So much fun.
It just, dude, and the sun is going down, and it's this beautiful North Carolina night, and it's just the two of us out there, and I'm like, this is really awesome. Yeah. People don't get a chance to do that. If Just the Tips does anything for us, it gives us some unique experiences that other people don't get. And playing a big time course like Tot Hill Farm, and then just being able to jerk around out there, I thought that.
I mean,
was
we got that. I got that putt down now, though. If that pin's in the back, I'm good. I'm good.
You could be 2 feet away from the pin, and Mike's gonna put it 60 feet up this hill and back down.
And roll it to 6 inches.
Exactly.
Which is where this putt's gonna go anyway, the 2 foot.
So that night we didn't go to Kickback Jack's, did we? We found a new burrito place in Asheboro.
We went burrito.
Yeah, I forget the name of the place, but It was something.
It was back.
Burrito-y.
It was right across the street.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was, it was perfect. It was everything we needed.
Next day.
Well, actually, when we went in and talked to Ben, he was like, "What are your guys' plans for tomorrow?" And you got a few nice courses in the area: Mid Pines, Pine Needles, and Southern Pines.
Yeah.
And we
Pinehurst got 10 courses.
Well, yeah,
it's
got
close.
those too.
Tobacco Road's down the block.
But we reached out to them. Our contact person was having a baby, and Adam probably offended her, bringing a new member to the family. He's like, "All right, well, how long is that going to take?" Because
So, in my defense, we got it. I love Royal New Kent. Royal New Kent does something super classy. Every time they get a new member, they produce a magazine, and they put the new member's family on the cover.
What happens if they get 2 new members at the same time?
I guess you get double issue, right?
Okay.
So when she was like, "We're welcoming a new member to the family," I was like, "Oh, they do what Royal New Kent does," and they're like, "There's a new family that's a member down here."
Yeah.
So
and
I'm like,
he was
"Hey,
basically like, just get back to me tomorrow.
Yeah, well, yeah. No, I didn't know she was having a baby. If I would have known, I don't think I would have called her 6 times and sent 9 text messages.
Was it Debbie?
It was Kellyanne.
Kellyanne. We are sorry.
From Southern Pines.
We are sorry. I'm sorry for my friend here.
You said member. You said member. We're talking about a golf course. Say kid. Anyway. Having a baby.
And I'm sorry if you are listening to this. I'm very, very sorry. So anyway.
So needless to say, we didn't play Mid Pines.
And we're never going to play Mid Pines ever now. But so Ben was like, "Hey, what's your plan?" We're like, "I don't know. What's up with tomorrow here?" And he was like, "Dude, pretty slow." He's like, "Come on out." We were like, "Okay, fine."
All right. What was so cool though, well, 2 things. One, we only had 1 vehicle down there, so your family went to the water park, right? And you and I, we Ubered over, or tried to. So we're there, no transportation, but no big deal. We're only 10 miles away from the hotel.
But actually, let's backtrack.
Yeah.
We never touched base with Kurt.
Oh yeah.
That day.
Yep.
But we saw him on the 27th tee box.
Yeah.
The 9th hole, the second time, and he goes, "You guys are still here?" We're like, "Yeah, you're still here."
It's like 7:30 at night. We were there at 6:30 in the morning.
He goes, "Hey, Friday we got like a short morning." He's like, and then we were thinking about coming out and playing. He's like, "You guys are gonna play?" We're like, "Yeah." All right, let's play.
So next morning, Mike's like, "I'm just focused. We got almost all of our shooting done. Let's get a good practice session in. No problem." And then Kurt shows up, and he's got a new assistant green superintendent in Brock. Now Brock's only been there for a month or something like
3 months, I believe.
For 3 months.
Yeah.
But he's a local kid. He grew up working Caledonia.
He actually grew up
playing Tot.
Playing Tot Hill.
Yep.
He grew up there. They built the course, and then he started playing on it.
So again, it's always funny when you play the pro or the general manager or the superintendent and
put it on camera.
Yeah, because you don't know what to expect. You don't know what their expectation is. Mike and I are just used to 40% of the rounds we play are in front of a camera. We don't even notice the thing anymore, right? But sometimes people get nervous or they're put off by it or this and that. So we just asked them, like, what do they want? What do you guys want to do? And they said, well, just want to play some golf. And I said, okay, so why don't we do this? We'll throw balls. We'll play 2-man, best ball. That way, everybody's still in it. And my ball came down with Kurt. Yours came down with Brock. So
I said, all right, what's everybody's handicaps? We'll get we'll play for beers afterwards.
And I'm usually the low man in the group. So Mike's like, I'm a 7. I'm like, I'm a 4.
Kurt said he was like an 8.
An 8. Yeah. Brock's like scratch.
And I'm like, and he's on my team. I'm like,
dude, but he just came off from working, so he's like, so like I said, I mean, he's dressed in golf stuff, but he's they're rushing out of the cart barn, this and that, and he comes up and he's got a Wilson driver. Now
you in his club, I think Wilson.
No, when was the last time you saw somebody hit a Wilson?
Wilson, listen,
yeah, sponsors.
If you're taking sponsors, Adam.
No,
he needs it.
I don't know Wilson distributor.
I think it was just a head cover, no?
No, it was a Wilson driver with the exact same shaft I have, and that's the only thing that tipped me off. Because I go, this guy says he's scratched. He's still sweating from the mower, and he's got a Wilson driver. I go, no way. When my man hit the ball, it was one of the greatest drives I've ever seen. Not the longest, although he's plenty long.
Oh yeah.
The shot shape of it was a perfect draw down the center.
Effortless. Effortless.
He's not swinging hard, and the ball is just exploding off the club face.
Effortless.
With
man.
a Wilson driver and a Wilson ball.
I'm just so happy he was on my team.
Dude, he's one of the best players that I've ever played with.
Yeah.
He
He didn't miss a fairway. I actually played it back in my head. He did not miss one fairway. He missed one green.
One green.
One green.
Yep.
Shot 69. Smoothest, chillest, 69. Talking, because we interviewed them a few times.
We're on the tee
Just
yeah.
asking them questions just about the course. Smoothest, chillest 69 I've ever seen.
It was unbelievable. It was a clinic on how to play Tot Hill.
How to get around Tot Hill Farm.
Yeah.
There's a questionable.
So here's the thing, though, because like I said, he played so well. We've been talking to the staff recently and asking them about some of the great scores that have been shot out there. And recently, there's an influencer team that'll remain nameless.
No, we'll name them.
It's
Bryan
a pair
Bros.
of brothers.
We're calling them Bryan Bros out.
And
It's just in question.
Shot the course record of 65.
Right. It's in question, and also there was another person out there. I think it was somebody's son.
It was a college player.
Yeah. Who I think shot
64,
but
undocumented.
No
no scorecard. They can't get the scorecard from the Bryant brothers. And mulligan? Was it a mulligan?
Mulligan?
Was it a breakfast ball? I don't know. Like I said, so there's some. Are we breaking news here? Is there controversy at Tot Hill?
Dude, you might be getting us canceled. But here's
we
the
get
deal.
canceled. We didn't.
We
just just saw Brock light it up, dude. For real.
Brock could definitely shoot course record.
Oh yeah,
he could definitely shoot course record. I'd love to be there, and let's go watch Brock put on a clinic.
By the way, the people there, the cart guys, the clubhouse staff, the guys at Kickback Jacks love Brock. They love how good he is. Yeah. They love. I'll tell you what. I'll put Brock and Kurt up against any other green superintendent. Assistant.
And we didn't even say this. Kurt put on a pretty good clinic too. He had a little bit of a slow start again. Yeah. These guys are literally coming off the mower.
Yeah.
All right, and then I think by like hole 5, he was locked in.
He started carrying me. I got off to a pretty good start.
Yeah.
And Kurt started coming on. We started hamming and egging. But long story short is we lost to you guys. We lost bad. By the way, number 18 is a powerful uphill par 5. And, before we even get there, we go, what tees you guys want to play? And Kurt's like, well, we don't want to push it too much. We'll play one up from the backs.
Yeah.
We go, good. We've been out here a couple of days. We got a lot more golf to play. And we played from that tee on 1 and 2. And then Brock got the honors, and he just walked to the back tees. And then, even we're on like 16, and it's like, I thought we were playing for the silvers. I thought we were playing one up from the back.
So, 18, par 5, up the hill.
Straight up a mountain.
He goes out to the right, which is not the route I would take, but that's because I don't hit it far enough. I can stay short of the stuff straight and then hit my next shot over that. Yep. He has to go out to the right. Dude, he hits a 3-wood onto this. I mean, that's got to be 50 feet up from the bottom part of the fairway to
easily
50 feet up. Holds the green
with a 3-wood.
With a 3-wood.
Yeah.
2-putt birdie.
Yeah. To finish to shoot 69. No big deal.
No big deal.
No, sorry to bother you.
Yeah.
Yep. Jeez.
Yeah. Anyway, we had an amazing 2 days there.
Yeah.
It was just absolutely, it was perfect. It's exactly what.
On 17, getting up and down from the wrong side of the rock wall.
Well, it wasn't up down. It was up and down, right?
Yeah. Well, I had to get out of the ditch first.
Yeah. He went over to rock wall, which I was
stroking.
They said it wasn't out of bounds.
I don't know. My foot was on the white line of the highway.
Yeah, you definitely almost got hit by that sedan that drove by. But
so a lovely. By the way, we get caught in a rainstorm with no car, and so by the way, when the staff starts going, you guys are leaving. You guys gonna leave? You guys gonna get going? Weather's coming in.
They're all like bringing in like the stuff from like the tee box, the tees and the scorecards.
Yeah, and you and me are like, no, we're probably gonna get another 9 in. Yeah, a little rain. No big deal.
No. They were shutting down everything. We stood underneath. If you guys know where the John Deere tractor is. There's a 20 by 20 pavilion. And we stood underneath all the way over to one side.
Behind the tractor.
Behind the tractor, because the rain was coming in so sideways, and we were still drenched.
Soaking wet. Yeah. Shout out to Lisa coming to get us and braving the monsoon. But then a lovely dinner at Kickback Jack's.
As always.
Exactly. And then on to Myrtle, except my ride got delayed. They caught some. So my wife and daughter and niece are coming down from New York, and they're going to pick me up Saturday morning. So if you'll remember, last year on this trip, we almost had Jamie. We had to pick her up from the airport. There's always something going on with the paddocks and travel. So I get a text from Jamie. Caught bad Washington, D.C. traffic, ETA 2 p.m., which means that we're not getting down to the beach house till 5, right? You guys hit the road, right? And you said
being out of the hotel at 10.
Yeah.
You know, probably, gas up, grab some road food, some road bacon, and hit the road. It takes about 3 hours to get down there.
Yep.
So we were like, by the time we get down there.
You're like, do you want to ride with us? And I'm like, you already got 5 people in the car. And I'm like, me sitting on Riley's lap is not ideal. But so I go, you could give me a ride over to Tot, right?
And he was just going to hang out and
practice. I said, maybe if I can get on the course and play 9, but I'll just go and practice. I show up and they're like, you back? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, can I get out? And they're like, totally filled up. I go, okay, I'll just practice. They said, except for one spot in a half hour.
So I drop them off, and I got my family in the car, and I drive up, and I just kind of show them a little bit of the grounds, and I come back around, and he's standing there still talking to the cart guys, and I felt like I was dropping my kid off at day camp, at like summer camp, and I roll the window down, I'm like, yo, you good? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, and I say, I'm like, is he good? Is he good? Is he gonna behave? Make sure. I'm like, he's your responsibility now. I packed a good lunch for him, and now he's all yours.
So I got my golf gear, and that's all I got. So they were super cool. So we got 3 guys, one single, never from Ohio. It's like first time in North Carolina. Couldn't wait to play the course. And then 2 guys on a buddies trip, one from Kentucky, one from the Charleston area, who also happened to be a member of Bulls Bay, right? And he had never played. So all 3 of these guys had never played Tot before.
Yeah.
All 3 of them massive Strantz fans. The starter comes up and says, hey, you guys are playing with a celebrity today. Adam's here with just the tips. He's doing footage for us. We're going to have him come along with it. The good news is he played the course so much, he goes, he's going to direct you guys around. Mike, and I only got a chance to play 9 holes, but it was so much fun watching somebody else experience the course for the first time.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was so eager to be like, oh, hit the ball over there, do this. But I stood back and just watched them see the course for the first time. Like, oh man, this and that.
Like walking up the 3 tee box.
I couldn't wait.
Oh,
I couldn't wait.
I would have got up there first and filmed it for them and see what their reaction is.
Yeah.
Dude, do you remember the first time we played Tot and I hit a good drive on 10 and you were on the green already and I was pitching from 75 yards. And it's just this
it's like a turtle back. Yeah.
From the front.
Yeah.
So I hit a shot, hits and rolls down. I'm like, so I just walk up there. I don't even go up. I walk over to my ball and I chip it up. And you were in mid-sentence and I chipped. And I started kind of jogging up and you were like, dude, I was going to tell you not to be long here. You're like, wait until you see this. And you were filming me and I'll put it up into in this.
So I just want to get your reaction to the rest of this green. You're seeing it now for the first time.
The big green. Holy.
So that's why I said don't go past the pin.
Does that go down to the water?
I think it goes all the way down to the other green. I think you can putt to that other green from here.
I'm gonna.
Shoo.
Podcast. And you were just look at this. And I'm just and you were look back there. And I was like, oh my God. And just that experience, seeing strangers experience that, it's gotta be awesome, dude.
It was so much fun, and these guys love Strantz. And the guy from Bulls Bay, who again, Bulls Bay is a masterpiece of Strantzology, right? Also, because it's private and it gets a lot of mild play, it's also immaculate. It's like they're out there clipping the fringe with scissors, right? So you worry about when somebody like that comes to see a course that gets 100 rounds of public play a day. You know,
Oh, they got more than that.
120 rounds of public play, whatever they get. Again, the course is in immaculate shape, but it's also and he was over the moon about the condition, about the beauty of the course, and he had a lot. He's like, oh, this is like blah blah blah, you know. And he's like, I can see that green complex, like number 7. He's like, oh, number 7 is like, blah, you know, his hole back home. But like I said, just being able to spend 9 holes. These guys were texting me afterwards because everybody swapped numbers, and they're like, you know, once I got down to Myrtle, I'm like, what'd you guys think of 10-12 green complex? Oh, it was amazing. So, like I said, go see this place. We're not hyping it up.
Oh,
like
we're hyping it up. No, I mean,
we're not overselling it.
We're not overselling it. It is everything that you think you know about a golf course times 10. Yep. Here's the one thing that we didn't dive into though, right? So I don't forget, is we played with Kurt and Brock, and we were able to talk to them about a lot of the stuff. So that content will be coming out also, if it's not out already by the time we put this podcast out. But some of the amazing things that we got to do is talk to them kind of candidly about what it is like to take care of a Strantz course, mow Strantz greens, keep it going, you know, from a restored course, and to have it mature over the last 2 years, and you know, try to keep it in that top 50 that you were saying. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously, I think everybody's goal is, you know, top 10. You know, this and that, but like,
dude, if they keep doing what they're doing, it can only move up the rankings.
I know. So they're doing a lot of work there. They're you know, trial and error in a few things because of like shade around the greens. Yeah. And we've talked about this too. Like, Strantz stuff is not the easiest to keep up. You know what I mean? So you're talking drainage. You're talking humongous greens, crazy undulations. Yep. What did he say about fairway? How much fairway? Remember
53 acres of fairway.
He measured fairways in acres. He was like, I have to mow 53 acres of fairway.
Well, one of the other things he said that I thought was really, really important was, think about your local municipal course. And if you're like us and you play a good course, you have fairways that are like ovals, and they might have some undulation to them and like this. But he goes, the Strantz course, the perimeter of the fairways, he goes, takes so much to maintain. He's like, you're
not driving in a straight line.
No,
that was the one thing. I remember he said that. Yeah. He's like, if you want to make that look nice, he's like, most people.
All right, so we did get cut off there with some technical difficulties in our new undisclosed location, but this is actually the exact time that Kurt saw me on number 2 tee box and probably got pretty pissed off that there were people out there chasing him. So make sure that you guys are not pressing the superintendent. So make sure you go back and check commandments number 9 and 10, that episode of our podcast, which came out last week. But listen, you can see a little bit here on what we're talking about with the fairways being crazy. You can see Kurt over there on the sprayer, way down on the right. The fairway kind of cuts down over there behind that big rock, and then starts swinging up to the left. So if you want to make pretty cuts and pretty lines like Kurt's doing right here with the sprayer, you got to get a little creative. I know that the superintendent over at Stonehouse has a hard, strict rule of 3-point turns only when they're mowing the green, so they don't fall over cliffs and everything like that. So they got to keep their eyes out. And probably same goes for Tot Hill Farm, because some of these greens are a little crazy. I actually joked and said that some of the greens mowers probably have to wear seatbelts when they're mowing some of the crazy par 3s that Strantz has designed. But listen, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this. I know that every time that we go to Tot Hill Farm, we have a blast. So make sure to like, follow, subscribe. Just the tips.
Just the tips.